Hi friends! In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this 6x6 card folio. It can be used as a photo album or an elevated card folio. I'm going to walk you through how I made all of these. These are baby themed, of course, but you can make them in anything that you like. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I do is I take one sheet of 12 by 12 paper and I cut it directly in half at the 6-inch mark. I'll take the first piece and I'm going to make two score marks. They are going to be at the 6-inch mark and at the 6.5-inch mark. The second sheet is going to be scored at the 6-inch mark and the 6.25-inch mark. Okay, next I'm just going to burnish and fold everything on all of my score marks for both of the pieces that we made scores on. Okay, so the next step is that we need to join both of the pieces together. Now on the second sheet that measures 6.25, I turn that over and set that aside. Next, I take my ruler. I'm going to mark 1/4 inch from the edge of the second score mark and then draw a line. And then that way the piece is going to line up right on that edge there. Next, we're going to take my glue tape and we're going to just make a line all the way across so it'll adhere nice and snug, and then put it right up there, line it up as nice and even as possible. And that's it. That creates the folio. Okay, so for this folio, we now have 3 sections in the front and 3 sections on the back. And I'm going to write just a little R here because that's where the ribbon is going to go. And at this point is when I need to add the ribbon. And I normally take 2 pieces of ribbon that are roughly 12 inches long and attach them to the front and the back. And I do want to point out that I'm attaching the ribbon to the front and the back as the folio is closed. So you don't want to open it up and add the ribbon because then they're going to be in the wrong place. Okay, since I am batch making 4 at the same time, this is where I went and got my 12 by 12 paper and I cut each of them into 4 sections of 6 by 6, and then I'm going to mix and match them so that I can don't have to repeat certain patterns with the same folio. I'm going to mix and match every them so each one has a nice variety of paper and different patterns. Okay, so as I was going through everything, I decided that what I really need is for each of the sections to be matted. So I'm going to use this dark green and I'm going to use it as my matting. And these pieces need to be cut down to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Now I'm going to need to retrim my pattern pieces down to 5.5 by 5.5 to fit on top of the mats. And I need to attach each of the pattern pieces to the mats, and they're going to be ready to attach to the actual folio. I'm going to repeat the process for all 6 pieces and adhere them to the folio itself. And this is how it looks when all of the mats and pattern pieces are attached. And now I'm ready to add some pockets and decorate. All right, so now let's add the pockets to our folio. Lay the folio open flat, and we're going to create the 2 side pockets and the 1 center tuck spot. The 2 side pockets both measure 2.25 by 5 3/4, and the center tuck spot measures 1.5 by 5 3/4. Next, I'm going to glue the side pockets on 3 sides, leaving the top open, and attach one to the left to the bottom and then one to the right, which is on the side. For the center tuck spot, I'm going to only add glue to the very top edge so the entire bottom section stays open so that you're able to tuck things in nicely underneath that little edge. And next, I want to cut some patterned pieces of paper to make mats to go on top of the pockets. Those are cut just 1/4 inch smaller than the actual measurements. So the 2 side pockets measure 2 by 5.5, and the center tuck spot measures 1.25 by 5.5. And then I'm going to take my tape gun and adhere both of those mats to the top of the pocket. Now the construction of the folio is completely finished. So while I'm working on the inside, off camera, I went ahead and cut my photo mats. I cut 2 that measure 4 by 4 and matted them on a yellow piece of paper. And then I cut 2 center photo mats that measure 3 by 4 and put them on photo mats. Okay, so I'm going to switch over and start decorating the front. I have a scrap piece of paper here that I want to adhere to the center of the cover. That way it's going to break up the striped pattern piece behind it. Then off camera, I created a cute little cluster tag that I'm going to use as the center focus on the cover. Okay, so now I'm going to decorate the rest of the folio. I gathered up all of the baby themed bits and pieces from my stash, and I'm just going to take my time decorating each panel and create little clusters around the corners and the pockets. I'll continue repeating this same process throughout the entire folio until everything is finished and it looks nicely balanced. Okay, so here is a look at the completed folios. I think they came out really cute, and because I batch made them, I now have 4 ready at the same time. Okay, so that's going to finish up today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed creating these folios with me and that you found some inspiration. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to, and if you're interested in these folios, they are available in my Etsy shop. Thanks so much for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.